Well, good Friday morning, everybody. The push is on now. So we got plow day tomorrow. This Jeep's got to be out of here today. I got one truck that I got to get diagnosed to get parts ordered for because I was going to do it yesterday and I didn't get a chance. Plow needs to be finished. We got to put a tire on the back. We got to rebend the spring for the trip mechanism. We got to grease everything. We got to make sure it all works. All that. We got to get the Super C out and get that ready to go. We got to get the tire mounted for the disc. We have to go get the disc, go get the 4-bottom plow from Squatch 253s. We get those two pieces of equipment. And we also got to get a flex plate installed in this Jeep. So first and foremost, let's dive into this Jeep. Okay, so one of the first things I need to do is remove the front and rear drive shaft. And we'll, I was hoping I could get a gear wrench on here, but I guess ratchet just works just as good, huh? And I'm going to try to do this job with as little, taking as little apart as I have to because, well, it's more efficient for me and it's less time for the customer. So traditionally you would remove a lot more components if you're taking the transmission out of this vehicle. We are not taking the transmission out. We only need to move it back far enough that we can replace the flex plate on the back of the engine. So we are going to do things just a little bit different. It's this front diff here. One side you gotta take off, the other side. Loving the chair, by the way. Thing's awesome. I kind of rolled around under here last night, got accustomed to it a little bit, and just figuring out my angles and whatnot. So we take that, we're gonna drop that down. I'm gonna put a wrap of electrical tape around it, just to keep the end caps from wanting to come off. It's a new drive shaft, and it's a new U-joint, so typically they won't, but it's not something that I want to deal with later. Electrical tape is cheap compared to either buying a new U-joint or having to try to find all the needle bearings for it. So. Oh, where's my edge here? There's just a couple of wraps. It's not, you don't have to do anything fancy. You'll see this if you ever get the drive shaft from the junkyard. They do the same thing. Something, little insurance policy. Literally, this is the best. Why wouldn't you? Got a little smudge on you there, huh? A little smudgy? How's that? Does that better? Make you feel better? Does that make you feel better? Oh, I just want to make sure you're feeling all right today. That's all. It's Friday. Hope everybody's had a great week. Memorial Day weekend coming. Everybody wants to party and have a good time. That's why they want their toys ready to go play in the mud and go run on the trails and all that stuff. So I get it. We'll make it happen. Ain't no thing but chicken wing. Fucking mosquitoes in here already today. Some bitch. Kind of made a mosquito proofer going on in here. Of course, it's a nice day. I wanted to open the door and get a little fresh air going. I could have kept the door shut, I suppose. So what I'm gonna do here is this drive shaft can come out of the back of the transmission or the transfer case. It just slides out. But for the most part, I'm just gonna try to slide everything back, and we just need to gain about 4 inches of separation between the engine and transmission, and then we can get in there and put the flex plate in. So we don't need much. We could probably even do it with less than that. Long gear wrench, we could probably get in there, put the need enough room to get the socket and torque wrench in between so we can tighten it. That's the biggest thing. Okay, so that one's pop free. Slide over, back, and we're out. Back. Come here. Drive shaft out. Perfect. I can set that. Okay, so we're up here on the front of the transmission. We got the inspection cover. It has to come off. There's 4 bolts to hold that on there. In this case, they're 1/2 inch head or 13 millimeter, depending on whatever you want to call it. That's what they are. We have the battery disconnected. That way we can remove the starter as well. This way. Also suspecting there's a little bit of bending going on in the flex plate on this. I tried to get it started to bring it in yesterday and I could not get it to run at all. Or I couldn't get it to crank over long enough to start. I think there might be enough. We might have enough room in the transmission cooler lines. I guess we'll see. There's that one. I'm dropping sockets on the floor. That's okay. I'm sure they're drop tested. Like I said, we're just trying to gain enough clearance to get the flex plate replaced. We're not trying to take the transmission all the way out of this thing. Taking the transmission all the way out is just counterproductive. You're not, you're only going to cost yourself more time. And if we can do it with the smallest amount of separation possible, that's absolutely what I will do. Starter bolts. If you recall, this one has a Healy coil in it from a previous video. That's removed. Inspection cover's removed. On to the next step. Little peepers are napping. You guys napping? Hey. You. All right, so a couple of things I had to do here. I took out the top 4 transmission belt housing bolts because they're kind of hard to see. There's 7 altogether. If you don't have the linkage for the shifter and you have a cable, then I think there's only 6. So I got the top 4 out. Bottom 2 are still there. I need impact socket. I think it's the wrong size. What size? Yeah. Why did I do that? This one. And we're gonna zip the bolts out of the torque converter. Now hold the torque converter to the flex plate. So I'll try to get you something here. Can you see what I'm doing? Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Where do you want to sit? And I left my impact over here. Okay. Alright. Impact wrench in hand. We're gonna have to crank this engine over with a bar. Do that. Okay. So I'm just using a pry bar here, and it's got bolts in the crank pulley. I'm just going to use that to turn this thing over. You could put a socket on there too, but this way it'll work just as well. Bolt out. These are short little bastards, and they should probably have some Loctite on them. These ones don't appear to. A little blue Loctite would be probably be helpful. Just making sure that they don't come loose. Turn this thing again. Again, I love this fucking chair. So I just lean back, turn the engine over, rock forward. Take a bolt out. A little less clearance to do this down below though. With the suspension parts in the way. Or steering parts, I should say. Be more specific, Rick. That one. Get that one. There we go. Come on. Can hear the compression on it. She's got a little compression behind her, so that's cool. Got a little snort to it anyway. Real good, real good. If I didn't put this beam across here, I'd probably be in better shape. But I put it here for stability. It's 5x6. I could have probably done it without it, but yeah. Be safe, rather be safe than sorry, as they say. Right? So we're erring on the side of safety. I know my wife is always concerned that she's going to come home and find me smushed underneath this thing. And I've told her 100 times that it still has all its safety features, and it sits on the locks, and Can't blow a hydraulic hose and drop on my head real suddenly. Anything can happen in the world, but there are safeties in place. Okay, all 4 of those are out. So we are free from the torque converter. We just want to make sure. Just give it one more tug on the bar. Make sure your holes. Ooh. Are we still engaged for some reason? Or do we have a... There it is. Now it's free. Alright. No, it's not. Oh yeah, it is. Push on it. Okay, torque converter's free. We got 2 bell housing bolts, and we're going to try to migrate this thing back. I might be able to get the transmission jack underneath here. Trouble is, if I put the transmission jack underneath here, it's really going to hinder my clearance for getting in here. I'm going to have to be working around a lot of things. So I'm going to try to slide it back without the transmission jack in there. That way I can still work underneath here. So it's going to get a little crowded if I got to put the tranny jack in. And I got 2x4 there and a 2x4 underneath the transfer case. So I just need to support the transmission a little bit and then bring it back. There's a lot of weight in that torque converter, so it'll still want to tilt forward. And we're just going to try to get back, stay above the exhaust, back far enough, get the flywheel out of there. We'll go from there. So I actually foreseen this being a lot more crowded than what it is, so we can do this pretty easy. This ain't no thing but chicken wing right here. Go through that hole in the skid plate, and we'll fucking get her. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this will work. So this is what I bought the transmission jack for initially anyway, to get the transmission out of this thing. I was hoping to do it a week ago, but whatever. Getting to it now. Yeah. This ain't so bad. Come on. Now the one bolt up in the top of the bell housing, the bolt decided to stick in there along with the fucking swivel socket. So hopefully we'll be able to get that out before too long. Reach up here. Oh, that one. Perfect. Oh, where's that other pesky bolt? Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, there you are. Maybe oh, we got her. Jesus. You know, it's a hard knock life. Nice. Huh? Perfect. Grab this other bolt out of here. Where is it? There it is. All the bolts are out. See if we can slide this tranny back. So you can see the gap between our block here and the cross member, about 3.5, 4 inches. That's what we're gonna try to achieve on pulling that transmission back, about that much. I don't know the best, because we have the transfer case still sitting in on the pan here. I'm going to try to scoot that back. We might be stuck on the dowels a little bit too. Get that out of your face. Or in your face. There it goes. Perfect. I'll go around the other side and see if we can coax it from there. We'll just ride the chair the whole way. Piss on it. Well, after some fighting, I'm making a little progress here. I had to clearance the fucking 4x4 shifter, and we got a little separation in between the motor and transmission, so we're fixing to climb in there shortly and get that flywheel out of there, and we'll take you along and show you what's going on. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see here. I've created enough room to get in with the wrench, and I've oh shit. And then I gotta go put the bar in the wrong way. I got the bar back on the crank. All I had on the crank. Come on, Rick. It's just gonna be one of them days, I suppose. I want to get this shit done so I can go do my own thing, and these guys want the Jeep so they can go 4x4 and in the woods. And, oh God, and she's tight. Cheater wrench coming into effect soon. So I'll grab that, and try not to smash myself in the face with it. It's gonna be the only tricky part here. This beam, oh my God, this beam is really frying my ass. Oh, I should put that fucker there, but whatever. Such is life. Such is life. Where the hell did I put the bar there? Bar in the crank. And I'm not going to show you every one of these fuckers. I can tell you right now. It's going to be... Oh, this would be where it's really nice to have two people to do this, but there's not enough room for two people to do this. So I could call for help, but I don't have room for help. Oh my God. Oh, the bolts are fucking tight. Okay. Plan B. Lost my hat. What's plan B, Rick? Well, we get this fucking shield in the right spot and out of the way. We can jam the flywheel so it can't turn. We can get this bastard out of here. So I gotta get it rolled around far enough that I can do that though. These are the challenges, guys. I mean, if I would have lifted this differently, not putting this fucking, and not putting the fucking, this 5x6 crossed here. If I would have done that differently, it would be a lot different, but I guess we'll make it work. We'll have a fucking choice now, right? So I can stick this in here again. We're not worried about the flywheel. It's getting replaced anyway. And when we get it out of here, I'll show you how bad the fucker is. See, bye. Oh, don't do that to me. Come on now. Don't do me like that. Okay. Come on. Oh. We're I'm gonna be in for a fight with this one, I can tell you. I don't know how well you guys can see what I'm doing. I can't see what the fuck I'm doing. I'm doing most of this by feel, just because everything else is in the way here. There, we get that one. Okay, sir, take these bottom three out. If you get these hand doesn't fit in there either. So getting the bolts started will be real fucking fun, right? We might have to create ourselves a little bit more space. If I jack the fucking transmission up, that closes the gap. So that's good, huh? If I lower the transmission, it's going to put pressure on the flywheel if I lower it too much. So we'll have our challenges here. We are going to have several of them. Where did that bolt go? Y'all see it? Came out. Maybe it's in the fucking... Is it in the bell housing? Yep. There it is. Okay. 5 more to go. Well, there you go. Old flywheel's out. Now, I ordered... This is an 88 Jeep Wrangler. 87, 88 are both the same. I ordered a flywheel for a 4.2. You'll notice... However you want to hold these, Look at the difference in this thing. There's a significant difference in the flywheels. So, assuming this is the wrong one, because obviously the fucker didn't start, I want to see how big of a difference in diameter there is. Substantial. If I line up there, and we're off by quite a bit, almost an entire tooth. So not only is it the wrong flywheel, it's a smaller diameter and it's not engaging correctly. So those two things combined pretty much do it for you. So we got to go ahead and fight this one back in there. We're going to have our challenges trying to get these bolts started and all that. I'm going to go ahead and try to push that transmission back just a little bit more and try to get myself a little bit more clearance and get that thing back in there. We'll see how this goes.